finances already inherently give you a lot of anxiety. You don't need to add to it. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another YouTube video. I just want to say, did you press the notification bell? Because I am wired right now and I am ready for you to press the notification bell because I've been waiting, okay? I've been waiting. You've been watching the videos and you haven't pressed the notification bell. What more do I have to do to make you love me? I'm just kidding. Today, we are going to be talking about some of the biggest mistakes that Jamaicans make when investing in the stock market or when investing in stocks. And this is why so many Jamaicans lose so much money when it comes to investing in the stock market. There is actually a reason. There are reasons for this. I think the very last thing that I'm going to talk about is the biggest reason why so many Jamaicans lose money. So you want to make sure you watch the video to the end. Okay, honey? Now let's take a sip. Still tastes good. Alright, so the first point I have is that Jamaicans, I find, or I'm not going to say all Jamaicans. Oh, the Money Society is now open, by the way. So if you want to learn how to invest for yourself fully, properly, sustainably, join the Money Society, okay? We're fun over there. We have limited spots. Come join us. So many Jamaicans try to time the market. When they're investing, they try to time the market. What do I mean by this? They buy the stocks and then they're trying to figure out when to sell it, and then they sell it based on whatever factor in their head they think makes sense. They sell it, right? They try to time it. They're like, I'm going to buy it and hold it until it is the best time to sell, that I think is the best time to sell. And usually they're looking at within a week, 2 weeks, a month. They're looking to time the market. Guys, studies have shown, statistics have shown, research it, Google it, look into it, that long-term investing produces greater results than this buy sell thing. You need to pick an investment strategy and stick with it for the long term. The buy sell don't make sense. Buy sell don't make sense, okay? Stop trying to time the market. Don't buy stocks with the intention that you're going to be selling within a month or two. You don't know. What did I teach you in the last video? What did I teach you? Did I not tell you that nobody knows what's going to happen in the stock market? Not even you. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the market. So how are you buying stocks talking about you're going to sell next week and you don't know what's going to happen in the market? Huh? Do you like stress? Do you like a stressful life? Because when you do this, you have to basically be glued to stocks and stuff, and you just have to. Guys, ain't nobody got this kind of time. Ain't nobody got the kind of emotions, the anxiety, all this to spare. The economy is rough. It's already sucking up all the anxiety that we have to give, and you want to go become more anxious because of the stock market? Doesn't work. Stop trying to time the market. That is how you lose money. Okay, honey? I find that many Jamaicans typically ignore diversification when they're investing. I think a lot of Jamaicans treat diversification as if it is an option. What is diversification? It is when you spread out the industries within which you have stocks. So you're not going to be buying stocks in just finance companies or banking companies. You're not going to just buy stocks in retail companies. You're not going to just buy stocks in tourism industry. Do you know what I mean? You're going to spread it out. So if you have 10 stocks, ideally you're looking at 10 stocks across four to five different industries. You don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket, because when something happens to that one industry, then the whole of your portfolio comes tumbling down. You lose a crap ton of money, and then you start screaming and shaking and crying and talking about stock market is a scam. You need to practice diversification more intentionally. It is not some bygone thing that, some byproduct of, no, it needs to be a part of your strategy. If you do this, you can spread out your risk. So if something happens in one industry that's affecting the industry, the whole of your portfolio isn't going to be tanked. You can still save your portfolio, and your portfolio, you don't have to save it. It'll be all right because you're invested in other things. Make sense? The next point, I think, also affects so many Jamaicans, and is that, why do we typically practice emotional investing? Meaning, If we see somebody on social media giving an analysis on a stock and we hear it to be that the stock is going to tank, we run go sell. Why are you allowing your emotions to drive your investment decisions? You see the price go down by 10 cents, you run go sell because you're getting scared. Scared is an emotion, and you're allowing your emotions to drive your investing. And that's not a sustainable or a practical way to go. Stop allowing your emotions to determine how you spend your money, no man. Cha, just listen to me, no man. Stop allow your emotions to drive your investing. If you're gonna sell a stock, it cannot be that you hear somebody on some panel talk about some stock, some company, and you're afraid, so you're gonna sell it. Or you see the stock price gone down by a couple cents, even gone down by $1, you get free and you sell. Or even a pandemic, you're gonna sell because boy, but you know how I'm run to sell everything, and you sell at a loss. That is how you lose money now. Why you do that? Why you do that? The only reason you should be selling a stock, if you are going to be selling a stock, is after you've done analysis and proper analysis. Proper analysis. You hear something never saying about emotion? Stop practicing emotional investing. Okay? Alright. The next problem I see a lot with Jamaicans, and again, I can't say this enough, I don't mean every Jamaican when I say Jamaicans, but just don't know what else to say. But a problem I see with Jamaicans as to why, or a big mistake I see Jamaicans make when it comes to investing, is that I don't think we spend enough time to look into these investment companies before we do business with them. I don't think we spend enough time to actually look into what they're offering, because I feel like we need to appreciate the value of our money a little bit more. What am I talking about? You open an account and you don't even check what kind of fees these companies charge to process your transactions. You open an account and you don't even know it is a fully managed account. Do you know what the fees look like for a fully managed account? We need to research more before we go open these accounts with these institutions. Okay? If you're gonna go open an account over Yasso, you need to ask them everything about this account. You need to figure out how long them about, there's so many things you need to be asking yourself. But more importantly, as it relates to this point, is you need to get a glimpse, more than a glimpse. You need to know everything about the fees associated with the account. Guys, put this in perspective. You can buy a stock on the JSE for $1 Jamaican. So if you can buy a stock on Jamaica Stock Exchange for $1 Jamaican, ain't nobody out here supposed to be looking at $1 Jamaican as chop. What we call it? A silver. Can't do nothing. If it can buy a stock in the JSE, it is absolutely not as worthless as you think it is. That is a big mistake that Jamaicans typically make, and that is why you end up losing money. You're not doing this thing strategically. Now you just run up in it, so how you open accounts at institutions and you can't get through to them on the phone? Then that makes sense? How you're gonna park all of your money, you're gonna park most of your money in a one institution and you can't get them on the phone? Come no man, we can do better than this. We can do better than this. Alright, and we're gonna start today. The next point, boy, may I tell you, I rarely meet an investor in a while, and I say in a while, meaning out of road, because I don't leave my apartment. I literally only go to the airport and back on my yard, and to the grocery store, and to the gym. That's all I do, okay? And I haven't been to the airport in a while, thank you Jesus, praise the Lord! Guys, you don't know how long I've been home now? This coming like dream to me. This next thing that I'm gonna talk about, you need to be paying more attention to. You see, when you get your dividends, you need to reinvest them. You need to reinvest them. Guys, you get the check for $300 Jamaican and you fling it down. How can I eat that check? Then if you got to gas, go drive, go bank, go check this, go cash this, check at $300. You don't have to get a check, step one. But if you're still getting a check, if you got to take taxi, if you go bank, if you go lodge this for $300. $300 can, repeat after me, man, $300 Jamaican can buy you 300 shares. I mean, not really, because, you know, taxes and stuff, but let's say, can buy you about roughly 300 shares. One share Jamaican produces almost continuous fresh cash. Every time the company declares dividends, they get more money and more money and more money. So you cannot afford to look at the check and fling it down and talk about this. I just, how can I eat that money? This, you need to reinvest it. Use that check, that dividend check, to buy more stocks in that company. Because this is the logic behind it. If your goal is to buy 100,000 units, 100,000 shares, you can either buy 100,000 shares with your hard-earned money, or you can buy 50,000 shares with your hard-earned money and buy the next 50,000 with dividends that come in from the first 50,000 that you bought with your hard-earned money. You get to the goal with half the money. You see what I'm trying to say? The math is not exactly like that, but y'all know me in the math, okay? But you understand the logic. So we need to start paying more attention to this kind of mistake that so many people make. You need to be reinvesting. Come here, touch my coffee. You need to be reinvesting your dividends. You need to be paying better attention, closer attention to your dividends, okay? Next one now, I think I did a whole video on this, but let me tell you the point. A big mistake that I see some Jamaicans make is they invest without a clear goal. They invest without a financial goal in mind. And that is a mistake, because remember we went through this in the last video? Your goal determines your strategy, and your strategy determines your risk. Remember we talked about this? So you have to figure out, I'm investing for passive income. I'm investing to get help with real estate. I'm investing to help with retirement. You need to have proper goals set up so you know what you're working with, so you can pick a strategy that best satisfies those goals, okay? This is important because some of these goals that I just listed have different timelines. So the strategy also has to take into consideration the timeline. So how are you going to start investing and you don't know where you invest? How are you going to pick a strategy then? You're just going to pick a strategy because of vibes? Or you're not even going to pick a strategy? You're just going to invest based on vibes?
Huh?
The next point I have was actually a point that was mentioned. I think I went live on my Instagram, or maybe it was in my workshop that I did or something. But somebody said they were going to take out a loan to invest in the stock market. And I said, hard, no. Hard, the hardest of no's, you're not gonna do that. But the point is that it's not just borrowing money to go invest. It is, the mistake that I see is that a lot of Jamaicans take their savings, their for example, their emergency fund to go invest in the stock market. That's a big hard no. Guys, remember I tell you, nobody knows what is going to happen in the market. So how are you, for example, let's pretend you take out a loan. You take out a loan that demands that you have to pay $10,000 every month. You have to pay it. And on top of that, you have to go pay $2,000 interest on top of that, right? How are you going to take out a loan that demands repayment and demands interest to go invest in a market that does not guarantee returns? So how are you investing on the assumption that you're going to make money? Nobody knows what's going to happen in the market. You don't know what's going to happen to you. So don't take out a loan to go do this, because it is just dangerous. There are people who do it, but on my channel and in my Money Society, I don't encourage people to build their finances in an anxious way. Okay? Finances already inherently give you a lot of anxiety. You don't need to add to it by doing things that are just that you have no control over. So what I encourage is sustainable investing. You're certainly not going to go invest your emergency fund. You're certainly not going to go take out a loan to invest in the stock market, because you don't know what's going to happen, right? Now, your emergency fund was $500,000. You go invest $500,000 in the stock market, and then the stock market starts to slide. Because remember what I taught you in the last video too? What goes up, the market has to go up, and it has to come back down. Remember that? When the market starts going down, your 500,000 turns to 300,000, and then a real life emergency happens. You don't have enough money. You only have 300,000. You see how it don't make sense? You see how it's not practical? So please, if you're one of the Jamaicans who are looking to go invest your emergency fund in the stock market, or looking to go take out a loan to invest, please do not do it. Especially if you are an anxious girly like me. Don't do it. All right? The second to last mistake I see Jamaicans make is, please stop investing without any form of knowledge, right? You're investing in stocks and you don't understand stocks at all. You open an account and you just trust all these people to just do whatever, needs to happen. And by law, they are supposed to operate in your best interest. And a lot of them do operate in your best interest. I'm gonna say maybe 90% of them operate in your best interest. But what if you are that unlucky one who comes across the 10%? You need to understand this thing for yourself. You need to understand it for yourself. Please, if you're going to invest in the stock market, take the time to understand how stocks work. And if you don't know where to start, I have several videos on this channel you can look to start with. And if you want even further information and you want to go in great detail, then you can look to join the Money Society. I teach you everything you need y'all figure this out by now. I'm a very practical person. So I teach you stocks in a very practical way, and you're gonna feel comfortable with doing it on your own. You're going to get excited. You're going to finally feel excited about this whole stocks thing because you now understand it, right? But going back to the mistake, please stop investing with zero knowledge on the stock market. Stop just leaving your portfolio in the hands of whoever and walking away. You need to invest in knowledge. You need to read. If you don't like reading, watch some videos. If you don't like, who don't like watch video? Please stop trusting or just leaving your portfolio in the hands of people and walking away. That is not how it works. It is a big mistake that you're making. Who can't hear feel? I don't want to feel. I don't want to be that one person that God is going to make an example of. I don't want to go, I can trust 90% of the professionals out there. What are the chances of me getting one of the 10%? I probably am going to be the one who gets the 10%. So, I don't want to go learn. I don't want to, who can't feel, learn, whatever them, who can't hear feel, I don't want to be the one them who feel. So guys, just take the time to learn, right? This last mistake is the biggest mistake that Jamaicans especially typically make when it comes to investing in the stock market. Oh my god, this coffee is so good, guys. This coffee is so good. Let's go into the last biggest mistake that Jamaicans typically make when it comes to investing in the stock market. Ready? If you're the one making this mistake, other people can benefit from you making this mistake. The mistake is this: you're investing based on trends. You're investing based on vibes. At the Jamaican market alone, me say people invest based on vibes, actual vibes. For example, I said it in my free workshop last night. If Mayberry, if Mayberry is doing your IPO, and once you see Mayberry roll out with for the marketing for the IPO, how hard they go on the marketing can actually tell you how oversubscribed this IPO is going to be. If you don't believe me, just think back. And I'm sure you have fellow investors watching this video. Drop it in the comment section and tell them. The harder Mayberry go on the marketing and PR, the more oversubscribed the IPO is. The less you hear about the IPO, the less oversubscribed it's going to be. But you know what I've never said, not oversubscribe at all? Because in Jamaica, news is going to get out at some point. It's gonna get out, and people are going to buy in because of Jamaica. And when it comes to IPOs, they're like, yes, take my money. But the amount of people that hear about it comes down to the marketing and PR of the IPO or the APO. And if I'm Mayberry, them are gonna roll out for Ding Dong. Ding Dong are gonna make a song, and then you got Rebel build a routine on the song for the whole of TikTok dance to the IPO. And what's gonna happen is, or what typically happens is, more vibes Jamaican feel, more included we want to be. And so it's like, yeah, everybody that talk about this, I know it's going to be a good thing, so let me buy into it. And then you take up your money and you buy into the IPO. What actually makes it a mistake is that you stay in no matter what. You have not analyzed the company. You don't know what the company does. You don't know who the company is. You don't know nothing about the company. You buy into the IPO and you stay there. Other people can benefit from your mistake. Unless it is, it still comes down to marketing. I was about to say unless it is a well-known company, like when Fontana came to market, everybody was excited about that. But the very fact that it is Fontana, it didn't need as much marketing to be as successful, but it did get it, and it was successful. You see how it works? You see why you need to stop investing based on vibes? I don't know that this is to my benefit, because if everybody stopped investing based on vibes, then we have to go start investing like how those folks in the US invest. They actually invest based on actual numbers and actual analysis. The fact that I understand the vibes, I understand my people, It's like an easy way to make money, you know what I mean? But it is not sustainable, which is why you can't just do that. And you can't do it it's not sustainable. It's not something you can do forever and ever, amen. In fact, if an IPO doesn't come out in a year, I'm okay. I remember I told you, I don't have the time, honey. I don't have the space for more anxiety, honey. I like peace. I do not like problems. So yeah, it's a fun, exciting, exhilarating way to make money, but sustainable real wealth is built through long-term investing. So these are the biggest mistakes Jamaicans make when it comes to investing in the stock market, and I want us to rectify this behavior so that we can all make more money and we can all be comfortable and we can all stop both with us and stop having anxiety and stop having something there. I want us all to be okay. Alright? The comment of the day is, what am I going to tell you about the comment of the day so I can know that you finished watching the video? The comment of the day is, I will not make these investing mistakes. That is the comment of the day for me to know that you've watched the video to the end. I will not make these investing mistakes. Jeez, man, please, don't make them a mistake, y'all. Alright, bye.